Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to start this whole series about surroundings and discuss a little bit about others' influence on us, because the people that we surround ourselves with have a lot to do with how we see things and also the different things that we start picking up and then doing ourselves. Now, as we're young, our parents talk to us a lot about the people that we surround ourselves with. They want us to keep company with, pretty good people, and that's the goal. However, I think that as we age, a lot of the time we start to feel like, oh, well, I'm old enough now that these people aren't going to have an influence on me, especially if you never felt growing up, especially that you were swayed by this or that. The people that we surround ourselves with, not even just physical connection, but also a lot of the things that we fill our brains with every single day, whether that is content that we consume on YouTube, the kind of things that we see in our Instagram accounts, the kind of things that we see on our Facebook page, all of these different things that we are choosing to bring into our life, those are things that have a big influence on us. So what I wanted to discuss was how this can be and what kind of measures we're taking to not just protect ourselves, but to really see the kind of things that we are welcoming into our life, and to ask ourselves, is this something that we want to do? Is this something that lines up with my values, and so on and so forth. A simple passage that always comes to my mind when I think about influence, and I think about how, evil companions corrupt good morals. So this is something that I know growing up, this is something that was drilled into me just through scripture and, something that my parents would talk to me about. And so I've noticed growing up that I really try to stay clear of people that I don't share the same values with in certain things. And this has helped me a lot. Now, as an adult, I noticed that, there are certain things that I feel maybe I've been a little bit more lax about, whether that is when it comes to movies that I watch, when it comes to those things that we choose to fill our brains with every single day, whether that is something that we see on YouTube or on our Instagram accounts, all of those different kind of things. And these things that sometimes we think at one point maybe something was very helpful and useful for us, how often do we reevaluate if something is benefiting us in the way that lines up with our goals and our values? So especially, let's take a YouTuber, for example. Maybe you subscribed to a YouTuber at one point, maybe they were even just starting out, and you liked what their values were, but then as time progressed, maybe they were influenced by a lot of things that they saw online or something, and then they started changing over time, and now their values don't line up with what yours are. And this happens to so many different people. This is one of the reasons why I'm sharing this on here, is because I really don't think a lot of times we take into account how other things that we see, other people's influence, how it really can affect us. So for instance, where someone starting out might not want to be offensive to anybody or something along those lines. Later on down the road, they see that, oh, this is something that other people do and it's not an issue. So then they themselves don't have an issue with being offensive towards someone, or they don't care about showing a lot that maybe before they were more concerned, say, with modesty or the language that they used. All of these different kind of things. These are things that when a person is trying to stay away from the negative things and the bad things that a lot of people end up doing, they end up feeling like it's more okay because of the company that they keep. And I use YouTube as an example because I think, especially if you're watching this, a lot of people this has become something part of their daily life that they start to involve their time with, and just a lot of their brain power, so to speak, is based off of the things that they see. And then of course all of the other people that you may watch on Instagram, or those things that you see in your feed with Facebook. So it's even becoming more so the company that you keep more than those that you actually see in real life, maybe even your own family. You spend more time with these other people, even though you're not face to face with them. You're spending more time consuming what it is that they put out into the world. And so that is something that I think is so important to think on, and to reevaluate what it is that we're consuming, what kind of influences people have, and to recognize that there is an influence, some sort of influence that these people are having on our lives. So to me, it's definitely worth taking note of, and spending time thinking, is it time for me to let this person go in my life? Have I grown out of them just because, you've grown yourself? You know that these certain things that this person is portraying in their life, it doesn't line up with your values. Those are things that we all should consider, because we want to protect ourselves and the values that we have as well. Now, jumping into actual relationships that we have with people, whether that is with family, with friends, what kind of things do we talk about with these people? Are these people ones that are very negative in our lives? If you notice, just for a time, think about how you feel when you leave someone's presence, or the time that you spent together. Do you feel better, more uplifted? Do you feel torn down? Do you feel like you just feel gross because maybe you spent the whole time talking about someone else and there was gossip to be had, or anything along those lines? Those are things that I know I reflect on a lot. What kind of things am I saying? How am I building a person up? And what kind of things are they saying to me? Are they a person that I really value the way that they live their life and things line up in that way? Or is it a person that really tends to bring me down in some ways? Is it somebody that all I hear them do is talk about this person or that person, or how horrible the day was, and those kind of things? We can also control in large part who it is that we spend our time with, even if it's family. You can always limit your interaction with somebody when it comes to those people that you work with. And are you choosing to go and spend your lunch hour with a person that you really don't care to be around? All of these different kind of things, we need to be considering the influence that they have on us, and noticing where our conversations are going when we're speaking with them, or even after we're speaking with them. What about all of the music that is coming out these days? I know growing up, I listened to such a variety of music, and I know what music my parents didn't like me listening to, and it's something that I think we kind of become desensitized to the more and more we hear it, especially because certain places we go, we don't have control over what kind of music is being played and whatnot. But the popular music isn't, I would say, the best music to be filling our minds with, especially when you listen to the lyrics. Is a lot of what's coming into your brain all about self-glorification and, all of these things that when you think about someone, you think about, man, this person really tries to get all the glory, and they're just talking a lot about themselves, and that they did this and they did that. And these are things that are kind of subtle sometimes, but when you really think about it, and you think about, do I want to be a person like that? Then you start to see all of these different traits or these attributes that people have that can kind of become bothersome. Not that you're any better of a person or anything like that, but we still need to consider, what it is that we value and what we want to put out into the world. And so when we start considering that, and the company that we keep, whether it is through social media, our family, our friends, the music that we consume, all of those different kind of things, does it all line up with what it is that we want to, the kind of person that we want to be? So I hope that this was helpful for you in some way. Really consider the company that you keep and other people's influence on you, because I guarantee you, whatever it is that you are bringing into your life, whatever things you welcome, whatever people you welcome into your life, or the things that are being said, all of these things have an influence on us. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I